Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I am so excited to share with you guys 30 DIY Dollar Tree and budget-friendly Christmas decor crafts. So this is another episode in my huge I Love Christmas series. I love to share with you guys how you can make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. And listen, I truly believe that you do not have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Now listen, don't forget to pop over to my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page where I share several quick DIY videos a day over there just to keep you guys crafting and decorating and inspired to live your life in a joyful manner and create a lovely little cozy space for yourselves and your families to come home to. Now listen, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a beautiful winter wonderland sparkling holiday centerpiece. Okay, so I'm using this Dollar Tree charger and also a pool noodle. The pool noodle is totally optional. Honestly, just use foam, like floral foam, but I was out of my floral foam. I still wanted to do a centerpiece, so I improvised and used this pool noodle. The next thing I'm doing is taking this Dollar Tree Christmas tree. I used two of them for this centerpiece, and I used white for this one because I wanted to do kind of more like of a glam sparkling look. I've done a couple kind of more farmhouse styles, so I thought this would be all for my glam girls out there. And honestly, you guys, just change up the flowers and the decor to match your style. Okay, the next thing I did is I used about 3 to 4 bundles of the little poinsettias, and I just clipped them off at the little floral part, and then I'm popping them in to the pool noodle. So it's super easy. You can hot glue the ends if you need to, but I felt like they stayed on just fine. And you're going to want to trim them just right. So maybe trim up a couple to see how long you want them, and then just load it up, and that's going to make a really beautiful little centerpiece. Honestly, if you like really simple, I think you could almost stop here, but you guys know me, I'd love to really get fancy and go super glittery and over the top, so we have to add some sparkly ribbon. So Dollar Tree has this glittery sparkly ribbon, and you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself to make a quick little bow. And then using the Christmas tree branches, just take the Christmas tree branches and cross them over, and you don't even have to use any extra wires or anything like that, but you guys could always use a little piece of floral wire if you wanted to. This worked pretty good though, I felt like, and again, there weren't a bunch of extra things that you were trying to use, but just loop that ribbon over on itself, pop it in to your little Christmas tree centerpiece here, and then there you have that. I did end up using this entire roll on this little centerpiece, so it's 9 foot, and it is from Dollar Tree. Now this ribbon has a lot of glitter fallout, so if you guys have other ribbon you want to use, go for it, but if you want to stay on a budget, here we have that. I'm going to hot glue this last little piece into the center here, and then just kind of hold that in. I did burn myself right there. You guys can see, hey, it's you know, it happens here. Okay, so then I'm going to take and just kind of zhuzh up my little ribbon here. So easy to do. And again, you guys can really get creative with it, but I wanted to add a little bit of extra sparkle and shine right here in the center part. And then you guys can really get creative. So you guys can see I'm going to add in these pretty sparkly Dollar Tree little ornaments here, and I just kind of pulled from the goodies that I had last year. So go ahead and dig into your Christmas stash. I guarantee you have some extra little ornaments floating around. And again, if you want to make this a different color, think about using red poinsettias, the green Christmas trees, and some cute little farmhouse ribbon, or whatever ribbon you have on hand. You can make this candy cane themed. So many fun ideas. You could use pink ornaments and pink ribbon if you love that. Just get creative and go for it, you guys. And then last but not least, I did decide to add in some little Dollar Tree sparkling picks and these cute little Dollar Tree gold deers. I always love to add like a little character or a little sign or something to some of my centerpieces or some candles, you know, just to really give it that personalized look. And here is how it turned out. I think it's really fun and it's super extra and sparkly. It went really glam and really gold. But again, you guys, use what you love, use the colors you love. And then I just popped these cute little candles in. So these candles are taper candles and they're actually battery operated. They're from Amazon. They come, I believe, in a 10-pack. You just pop a battery in. They're super safe for kids and pets. So there you guys have that. Now I did notice now, looking back on it, I used this rolled rose gold charger. So I may go back and pick in some little rose gold ornaments. Sometimes I'm only crafting from one side and you guys may not see the other side. I also did add a sparkling gem to the centerpiece of that. Another thing I love to add, and I will leave a link for the totallydazzled.com gems that I use. Natalie is so wonderful. She's a small business. I love supporting her. But first, Dollar Tree DIY. I want to share with y'all how to make a super adorable plunger Christmas tree. Okay, so from the Dollar Tree, grab one of their plungers, and then you're going to take just some burlap or any color of ribbon to wrap the handle of your plunger in. So you're going to hot glue it at the top and give it a little wrap, and then give it another little squirt of hot glue and just continue to wrap that handle with some type of ribbon or fabric, or I'm using this burlap. So then once you have that done, you can go ahead and hot glue the base of it. And actually, if you're able to get that Dollar Tree sticker off, you could probably maybe just leave the wooden part as is, but I do like to go ahead and cover mine just kind of for decor purposes. You're going to flip your plunger inside out and then plunge it down into one of those Dollar Tree buckets. And then I have just this kind of like junky box of stuff left over from this summer. It's kind of like rocks and seashells mixed together. I'm going to pop this into the base of my plunger. Don't laugh at me, you guys, but I do like to repurpose and reuse. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a couple of the Dollar Tree Christmas trees. These are just the little mini trees, and I'm using two of them, and I'm hot gluing them and kind of holding them up to the top base part of this plunger. It is easy to lay this down and then zip tie it all together, but for video purpose, so you guys can see what I'm doing, I am standing up with this. I added one more inside of that zip tie, and then I'm just going to hot glue and zip tie them onto the top part of the plunger. They're a little bit weebly wobbly as is, so we're going to really just safety these up by adding in a couple more zip ties. I'm a safety girl and I want to make sure that nothing flops off. I ended up using 3 of the zip ties, and I think last year I just hot glued them, and let me tell you, one of you guys suggested that I use the zip ties and it worked so much better. The next thing you want to do is a fluffy duffy out your Christmas tree, and there's my awkward mom dancing. I know you guys love it when I do that. So just take and really fluffy out the Christmas tree, and you can even kind of work some of the branches into the other branches as you go. Now, once I really fluffied out my branches, I did want to cover up the part where I had zip tied, so I did just go ahead and wrap some more of those branches with some of this burlap. Now, hindsight 2020, I could have just wrapped this once I had gotten to this point. Okay, so you guys don't have to wrap it and then rewrap it. But hey, you guys, I craft as I go and I share my ideas with you, so just roll with it and learn from me. The next thing I did was go ahead and take some of this greenery. I popped it off of the stems, and then you can see that I'm just hot gluing it and then popping it into the little Christmas tree. Now, this is totally extra. You guys don't really have to do this part, but I do think it makes it look kind of special. And this is just some of that Dollar Tree greenery. I love this like sparkly kind of furnished greenery that they have out for the holidays. I think it's really nice. It looks really high end. So I did use 2 bundles of the greenery and then 3 trees total. But these are great for centerpieces, you guys. The plunger tree centerpiece is kind of my claim to fame, I guess, for every holiday. I like to do a fall one and a Christmas one. I think I even did an Easter one last year. Now I'm using some of these Dollar Tree just little ornaments, and I'm going to hot glue them into the tree just to give it some zhuzh up. And kind of like at this point in time, you guys could totally stop. But you guys know me, I kind of like to go over the top and pretty much use everything that's in my crafting arsenal. That's personally how I love to do it. Now take some ribbon and fold it over on itself and make a cute little bow if you so choose. Again, you could stop wherever you want at any point, depending on the supplies you have on hand and the budget that you want to do for it. But I'm just going to pop this cute little bow. Again, this is some Dollar Tree ribbon, and this was from the fall season. It is wired, so that does help your ribbon stand up really nice. Now fluffy duffy out your ribbon and give it a little zhuzh up. That will help make it really cute. You can add some tails to the side and kind of float them down the side of this. I think this is something that's really cute and you would see, you know, in a high-end boutique, and you guys can really customize this to suit whatever decor you love. So if you're doing glam, you could do some white trees with some glam gold ribbon. You guys can change up this ribbon, honestly, however you love it. And again, stop or keep going, keep adding goodies and just make it look really fabulous. And I do love to zhuzh some of that ribbon. This is more Dollar Tree ribbon. Here's one of those little cute Dollar Tree gnomes. I popped him into the top, and then to cover up my craziness in the bottom that is waiting, my centerpiece down here, I'm adding in some Dollar Tree reindeer moss, and then the leftover bits and bobs of ribbon that I do have, I'm just going to kind of pop them into the base. And excuse my workstation, but hey, it gets kind of crazy in my Christmas crafting studio this time of year. So I'm going to zhuzh up some more ribbon here. So just add a dibble dabble of hot glue, and then you can just kind of zhuzh your ribbon to the side, add more ribbon. And again, that was just pretty much everything that I had left in my crafting arsenal. And then I think I added like a little bauble to the base of it, and even a couple of little stems of some of the leftover greenery and red berries that I popped into there. But again, you guys really customize this. I think it came out so fabulous, and these are so fun to use next to your mantle, in a centerpiece, wherever you kind of need that little extra bit of goodness. These would be great to give to a neighbor. So just have fun with it, get creative, and go for it. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super awesome Dollar Tree jumbo ornament. You're going to take a scarf and cut it to size, and then take another scarf and just wrap it around that kid's bouncy ball, or kid's like little ball. Then you take a rubber band at the top of your scarf and just tie it off. Now I didn't have two scarves that matched, so I used similar but different patterns, and then I'm just going to trim off the very top here. And then it's super easy to kind of just pull the little edges under. So just take these little edges right here, pull them under, and you can add a tiny dab of hot glue, not too much. You don't want your ball to pop, but this is going to give you an amazing jumbo ornament, you guys. These are so fun and fabulous to make, especially if you decorate with a really large tree. And the other one I've shared with you guys is how do you do a jumbo ornament with a scarf, or not a scarf, but a little hat. You guys can do a hat as well. I wanted to give you guys a different option. Now I decided to take some of this red ribbon and wrap it around to kind of give it like a little bit of a kissing ball effect. So I'm just taking some of this Dollar Tree sparkly red ribbon, wrapping it around the edge, and then tying it off at the top. And I did remove my little hair tie. You guys can see to the side over there. And so I just took it and I ponied it all back together. And then this is where it gets really fun, where you guys can get super creative with it by adding toppers to the top. So I love to add ribbons and bows and greenery. This is some of that Dollar Tree mesh tubing. So it's $1 for this big long thing of mesh tubing. You take the tubing and you just loop it over on itself. So you guys can see it's kind of sloppy. It's not super perfect, but you just loop it over on itself, 6, 8, 10 times until you get a nice full bundle in your hand. Trim that off, and then you can tie it off with a pipe cleaner, another piece of tubing, a piece of ribbon, whatever floats your boat. I think I use pipe cleaners here. But see, that's going to give you like a nice big zhuzhy bow. I also shared with you guys on my last one how to make like a more pretty bow, with just ribbon. You can just add ribbon loops to the top, just really get creative with it. And so I'm just going to do the mesh tubing all the way around. So I'm going to do several different layers and bundles of that. And I also cut some greenery to put some greenery in, because I really kind of want this one to feel a little bit like a kissing ball. Like maybe I could hang it from my dining room chandelier. I do love to have a good kissing ball, either hanging from a doorway or, a chandelier. Who doesn't want a Christmas kiss? Speaking of Christmas kisses, oh my goodness, apparently Hallmark Christmas movies are coming out very soon. So for the secret question for this video, and I love to add a secret question for every single video to give you guys a chance to enter my $100 Hobby Lobby giveaway. What is your favorite Hallmark Christmas movie? And if you don't love the Hallmark Christmas movies, what is your favorite Christmas movie? So you're going to drop a comment down below, and that's going to give you a chance to enter that $100 Hobby Lobby giveaway. I am going to give it away October 31st. So just think about that. And I think that's on Halloween. Kind of crazy to do a Christmas or a Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway on Halloween, but hey, we're going to go for it anyway. Now continue to add more baubles to the top and really get fun with it, creative. And then I did add a cute little bow to the top, and then a peppermint trimmer after that. So I thought this came out really cute and really fancy and really fun. And I'm going to see how long this is going to stay inflated. I know that that was a bit of a concern for some people, like because the balls may deflate a little bit. We'll see how it goes, but not the end of the world. It's just a couple bucks. And look at how cute that looks. I think it's going to be gorgeous in one of my large trees. I can't wait to decorate some Christmas trees for Christmas. I hope y'all are loving it and are totally inspired. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a super adorable Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. I'm starting out with these Halloween signs, and I'm going to use my Waverly White chalk paint and chalk paint 2 coats onto these signs. You can do a front and back. That will make it a really nice project. Or if you're taking a shortcut and trying to do it really quickly, you may leave the back unpainted like me. No, seriously, it is good to go ahead and paint the back of this. Now I'm going in with these popsicle sticks and I'm just hot gluing them crosswise and then up and down. That is going to secure both of my signs to each other. I also want to note, do not panic if you do not have the Farm Fresh Christmas tree calendar or the Farmer's Fresh Market calendar. I am going to leave some printables with links down below for a Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. So don't panic, you can still do this craft. The next step is I'm going to take this Mod Podge and I'm just going to Mod Podge my little Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign or calendar piece onto the front of my large sign. So I've taken 2 large Dollar Tree signs, and really if you guys have the Easter signs left over, or you have this Halloween signs, or even you might have some in your stash all the way back from Valentine's Day if you're a crazy crafter like me, or maybe you just have an old board laying around. This is a great project to repurpose and reuse. You could also use a piece of poster board if you don't have any boards. So I'm just trying to kind of give you guys some creative ideas on how to get around maybe not having these exact signs. I'm also adding a layer of Mod Podge over the top of my sign. I will tell you, if you all are using this calendar, you can slightly see through the calendar part. That does not bother me in the least. So if you're really picky about that, you may want to just use a printable. Again, I'll link those down in the description box below. Okay, so now I'm going to take this twine and I'm just going to wrap some twine around the end of my sign. Originally, I was going to stop there with the twine, but you will see as we go along that I get pretty crazy and creative and over the top with this. So after I added the Dollar Tree twine, I decided to add in some of the Dollar Tree evergreen to each side of the sign. This is just Dollar Tree garland evergreen. It's a little bit puny, so you're going to see that I'm going to jazz this up. Now, what I love to do before Christmas really gets rocking and rolling, I have a lot of gifts under my tree. I like to decorate underneath my tree with signs. So this is my idea behind this sign. This would also make a great sign for a mantelpiece, and I basically just wrapped this garland around and then tucked it underneath. I didn't even hot glue it. The next thing I want to do is take some of this beautiful tartan ribbon. It's actually off of Amazon. It came in a huge roll and it was pretty price friendly. But I will tell you that the ribbon is pretty puny. Also, a lot of you all ask where I buy ribbon. I would suggest actually to buy ribbon at Hobby Lobby. They have pretty decent quality ribbon for a pretty good price, especially if you get it when it's 40% off. Always look for wired ribbon, especially if you're going to be making bows. It's really going to help your ribbon stand up and look really pretty and fluffy. So check for Hobby Lobby and try to get it in 25 to 50 yards if you're going to be doing a lot of decorating and a lot of bow making. That's just my little tip from me to you. So for this ribbon, I just made a couple of little loops and hot glued them to the top and off to the left of my little Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign. Now, if you like a basic, simple look, stop with just the sign part or maybe stop with just the evergreen, but I'm going over the top and also almost making this into somewhat of kind of a wreath decor piece. I'm taking this Dollar Tree leftover fall ribbon. Believe it or not, they had a buffalo check plaid ribbon for fall.
They're really stepping up their game on some of their ribbon selection, so I was super excited to find that, and I held some of it back for Christmas. The next thing I wanted to share with you guys is they're showing a lot of lamb's ear for Christmas decor. I know Walmart is putting it out, as well as some of the craft stores. So if you like that farmhouse look, think about mixing some lamb's ear or some of your spring and summer greenery in with your evergreen greenery. I think it's a great way to repurpose and reuse, and also add dimension into your Christmas greenery. Always kind of think outside the box, and especially if you already have that on hand, I always really love to encourage you guys to use what you have on hand. Now, I took some of the ribbon tails and then pulled them down to the other side. I'm just hot gluing as I go. So I'm also adding in some more lamb's ear to this side, and I honestly have been using this same piece of lamb's ear. It was all the way back from spring. I do take apart my projects when I'm done with them, store the ribbons in little rolls. I actually use toilet paper rolls, and then pull them out for the next season, and they mostly stay good to go. So a lot of you ask how I store my crafts. I take them apart, store them, and just trim off the little gluey spots. I'm adding more of the tartan ribbon to this side, so it will go in with the other side. I also have some of this pitberry garland left over from the Dollar Tree fall decor. Now, last but not least, I am adding some of this Mackenzie Childs ribbon in. I'm ordering it off of Amazon. It is all sold out on their website. It is very expensive, but a little tip from me to you: add a tiny bit of high-end ribbon to your decor pieces just at the front part. So use your cheaper ribbon to fill it out in the back, and then add a tiny bit of really nice ribbon. That's going to zhuzh up your projects and give them that really high-end look without having to use a ton of the high-end ribbon. Or you can just go with your budget-friendly ribbon. That's okay too. You guys have fun with it. Go for it. Use what you have on hand and just go for it. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to create a super easy piece of wall art using an old thrift store frame and this Dollar Tree doormat. So you're just going to take your doormat and an old thrift store frame. I have this one. I picked it up at the thrift store for $2. I chalk painted it white, and then I'm just going to take the doormat and staple gun the doormat to the frame. You can always reinforce the back of the doormat with a piece of foam board or even some cardboard. So just staple the edges of it, and then voila, you guys have a super easy piece of art. Check this out, you guys. The sky is the limit. Pick up pretty much any doormat, and you guys have a super creative idea. Now, here's what you guys would want to do if you wanted to reinforce it and make it just a little bit less flimsy, because that doormat can be a little bit flimsy, and you guys can see along the edge there wasn't quite a bit of it didn't quite fit all the way to the edge, but if it's hanging on the wall, you guys can't quite totally tell. So check this out. And I didn't realize I had scissors in my back pocket, but hey, I'm a DIY mama. So here is how it looks on my wall next to my little Christmas tree area. And what do you guys think? I hung it to the left of my tree. So here it is on the left-hand side of my tree, and then here it is on the right side of my tree. And I did have somebody comment and say that this wall seemed a little bit blank or bare. And a lot of you guys ask about the screensavers on my TV. They're just YouTube videos. So you guys can look up Christmas music, and you find a ton of like little really pretty like Christmas like kind of screensaver music art. So the secret question for this video is, which side should I hang that wall art on? Drop a comment down below, the right side or the left side. We're doing a giveaway, $100 Amazon gift card. Okay, for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do another one of these pieces of wall art, except for this time, we're just going to hot glue it. So we're taking another Dollar Tree floor mat, doormat, whatever you guys want to call it. And this is just a holiday one, but this is going to be kind of more of like a kid-friendly pop of color. It says Merry Christmas on it, and it has the Santa, the reindeer, the snowman, the penguin. They're all waving high. Super awesome Christmas cheer. I'm going to pop this one in over by my kind of more like fun. I guess actually both my trees are super fun. They're almost like look like Disney inspired or just fun peppermint. Really just happy. I really wanted a pop of happy in my living room. Anyway, these guys are waving hi. Hello. There's another one. For this next DIY, I'm going to take this scarf, and this is a Dollar Tree scarf, and I'm just going to take some really nice sharp scissors, and I'm just going to kind of cut it into pieces. I thought this would be a fun idea for creating a lighted kind of little garland here. So Dollar Tree is selling these garlands, and I just are selling these lights, and I just went ahead and grabbed a pack of the lights. So that's $1, and then the little scarf is another $1, and then I have another scarf at the side. It kind of is remnants from another project. So you guys just grab a couple Dollar Tree scarves, and you can really kind of shred them to make your little garlands, or you could just use an old flannel t-shirt, or kind of anything that you have on hand is what I use to make these. But these are really fun to make, and these are great for kiddos. You could do the scissoring part, or you could let them help do the scissoring part, and then all you have to do is tie little knots on your lights. And these are battery operated lights. I usually don't do them on lights that you plug into the wall, but I mean, you probably could. But I'm just tying them on super easy. I'm kind of going every other one with the little scarf and then the little red ribbon. I did add the red ribbon in. I got the red ribbon from Amazon, but I added that in to kind of give it a little bit of a poof and a pop of color here. So there's that, but you guys really have fun with it. Get creative, make these to suit whatever decor you're loving, and then they're going to be super adorable, just kind of hanging out, giving that little bit of holiday glow and holiday cheer. So here it is about midway done. Just lots of tying. This is a fun one to do where you just put on a show and you can just craft away. It does make a little bit of a mess with kind of all the remnants and the fabric and scissoring, but again, this would be an easy one to do with kiddos, grandkids, family, friends. You guys could just really get creative with it. And if you have fabric at home, I've done these short ones, and I've even done really long ones that you guys can do. And just, use what you have on hand. You don't even have to go buy scarves or ribbons or anything. I know a lot of you guys have some old clothes that you can kind of shred up and just make this cool little rag garland. I love them so much. I don't know. I've always loved these. I've just always thought they look really cute and kind of cozy country. Very fabulous and on a total budget for sure. And if you didn't have the lights, that would work okay too. You guys could use a coat hanger, tie those on to be kind of bendable, or you could just use a string. I've done that as well. Just get creative, have fun with it, and go for it.
A Sleigh winter decor piece on the Pier 1 website, and I knew we could replicate it using Dollar Tree supplies. So for the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just going to take one of those Dollar Tree sleigh signs and then some of this Waverly white chalk paint. I gave this sign 2 coats of chalk paint front and back in case I put it in front of a mirror. And then I added a huge dollop of hot glue, and then I'm just adding some of those little Dollar Tree evergreen pieces. They come in a pack of, I believe, 10 or 20, and they're just long evergreen branches. I just hot glued 3 of them, and then I hot glued 2 more on top of the first 3 just to kind of gather them and look like they're more of like an evergreen piece. And they hot glue on fairly easily as well. Once I have my evergreen on, I'm going to add a generous amount of glue, and then I'm just going to add this cute little Dollar Tree bow that I tied. This is just with that Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, and I tied a bow and then kind of curled the ends, and then I'm adding some of those Dollar Tree pine cones. And then Dollar Tree in their ornament section has these cute little silver clips. I believe they come 3 to a pack, and then Dollar Tree has these little mini ornaments. I added some silver mini ornaments. Now remember, you guys can always customize
customize this to suit whatever decor that you're decorating with. And then I decided to go ahead and add one of those Dollar Tree ornament bells. This white bell was just perfect for what I'm going for. And then I just used some of that chalk paint. Now, there wasn't very much paint on the brush. You almost want to just kind of dry brush it, meaning there's not very much paint on the brush. And then I just kind of dry brushed the evergreen branches to kind of give it the appearance of it being more of like a flocked tree. I also dry brushed the little pine cones, and voila, here we go. How absolutely stunning. And this cost only a couple of dollars to make versus the $24.99 version, and I think it turned out fabulous. Here it is with my...
So for this next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take some of these little mesh tubing pieces and I'm just going to take them and loop them over on themselves and then tie off the center. I'm using one of those little Dollar Tree white ornaments, and I want to attach this to the top and just make like a little fun, fluffy little ornament. I think these again are fun to make because you can do so many things with them, and you can make your mesh tubing even fuller by just taking it and wrapping it over on itself some more. So I'm just taking it and looping it over on itself and then tying it off when I feel like I've got enough loops on there. And then I'm just adding a little dibble dabble of hot glue to the top part of the ornament, and then some cute little pine cones. And then you guys could really call it good here. Now, I did keep going with it. Of course, you guys know me. I like to go super crazy and over the top. And I added in some of this cute little greenery just to kind of give it a nice little fun pop of color. It's a little bit limey, honestly, but I don't know. I thought it looked kind of cute. A bit of an accent, I suppose. And I could always add in a little bit of a lime bow along the way eventually if I wanted to. But again, just kind of sharing with you some transitional fall decor. And if you always see this mesh tubing at Dollar Tree and you wonder, what in the world could I do with that? This might be a fun little idea for you guys. So I'm adding another little loop-de-loop of bows to the back, and then of course some more greenery to jazz things up. And this could almost be like a kissing ball, but you guys can make several of these and give them as gifts, or just use them for your Christmas tree and just customize the colors of the ornaments and tubing to suit your fancy. And here is how it looks popped into this cute little setting. I think that this is going to be so fun, popped up against some cute little red and white striped ornaments, or you could go neutral or just with your greens and whites. And again, you guys could change out the tubing and the little greenery pieces for whatever suits your fancy. So fun and fabulous on a total budget. Had requested that you had an extra splatter screen, and so you just take a splatter screen from Dollar Tree. You're going to need 2 rolls of Deco mesh and then some little floral wire, and you're going to start out by taking your floral wire and attaching your first piece of Deco mesh to the top of your splatter screen. The trickiest part of doing these is kind of getting the Deco mesh around the edge, so you're going to kind of pull it around and then take another piece of floral wire down at the base and just add that on. And then you're going to wind it around, and you're going to have to attach it again at the base with another piece of floral wire. So just keep twisting and kind of using those tiny pieces of floral wire to get that attached to the base. Once you guys have that part finished, you're going to double up kind of on the mesh to where you cannot see the splatter screen edges. And then you're just going to kind of wrap that around your splatter screen. So for this splatter screen, the Dollar Tree Deco mesh covered 1/2. One roll covered 1/2 half of the splatter screen. I hope that gives you guys a reference point. All the Dollar Tree Deco mesh though is not created equal. Sometimes there's a little bit more on one roll and a little bit less on another roll. So here's hoping for the best and you guys get some rolls that are a little bit equal. If you can't find Dollar Tree Deco mesh, just grab some at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, or pretty much wherever you guys can find some, and you'll probably have to use less rolls because there's usually more rolls on the nicer mesh. Also, if you have a problem with the Dollar Tree Deco mesh fraying, you just have to kind of go for it and trim off the frays as best as possible. Listen, it's $1. It's not the most high quality, but have fun with it. It's just a Christmas craft and it's only a couple of dollars. So continue to wrap your little splatter screen, and then you can attach it once you get to the end of your roll with some little floral wire. So you can really skip attaching that center part because it's going to stay on there pretty well. But then as you can see, now that I'm down to this last part, you can tuck it under, but then you're still going to want to run like a little piece of wire down at the base and attach that last piece. And now I'm attaching the second roll. So again, I have a little piece of wire and I'm just using like a little tiny piece. You're not going to be able to see it because you're going to wrap that deco mesh over it. So basically you just want to deco mesh this thing to the gills. Try to also pull your deco mesh as tight as possible. And then once you're all the way to the end, you can trim it off and you're good to go. And now comes the super duper fun part. Now here's an easy bow. Take your arm, measure the length of your bow from your hand to your elbow. This is so easy. Once you have that done, just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. You wrap it over on itself until you have 3 loops on either side. And you guys can watch me count. I'm counting to see that I have 3 layers on each side of my bow or ribbon. Once I have all my layers of ribbon, I'm just going to trim off the ribbon and then find the center of the ribbon and then cut little itty bitty tiny notches in the center of my ribbon, just very, very tiny notches. Also, I did get this ribbon at Hobby Lobby, not at Dollar Tree. So you can get a giant roll though, you guys, at Hobby Lobby for like $9.99, and it's a ton of ribbon. And always use wired ribbon when you're making your bows. Now I'm going to begin to pull and twist my ribbon loops out. So see how I'm pulling and then twisting those ribbon loops out? That's going to give you that really nice boutique, beautiful bow. And I just tied off my bow in the center with a pipe cleaner. Super easy. That pipe cleaner is going to attach it to the top of my cute little splatter screen. Also, the handle of the splatter screen I just bent down, and that's what's using to hold my splatter screen up. So it's not the most sturdy piece of decor, so don't put this in like a high traffic area where it's going to be flopping over a lot. You may even want to put like a little weight. So you can see there's the handle of the splatter screen. That's going to be the bottom of your ornament. You could also keep the splatter screen straight and just hang this and put the bow at the top. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I'm just taking some of those little Dollar Tree kind of ting pieces, and then I tied a double looped shoelace bow. A shoelace bow is just a bow that you use to tie your shoelaces. I'm going in with some Dollar Tree mini ornaments. I'm adding a giant glob of hot glue to the center of this, and then I'm just attaching those mini ornaments. Also, I'm used a couple little mini candy cane ornament pieces that I just broke apart from a larger piece. You can get those at Hobby Lobby, and then this larger candy cane ornament is from Walmart. So super easy peasy. How fun and fabulous is this? It looks like a giant plume of an ornament, and we did this on such a small budget. Okay, as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. I am absolutely crushing on all of the DIYs you guys have been posting over my Livy's Romantic Home Facebook group page. It's totally free. Pop over there, join. We have such a fun little crafty community, and you guys just make my heart sparkle and shine. Check this out. I am just in love with this set of DIYs. I cannot wait to begin to decorate for Christmas. I'm still celebrating fall. My house is head to toe fall, so don't panic if you're still working on your fall or your house is still decorated for fall. Mine is as well. I will store these in my little Christmas crafting closet and then pull them out once it's time for Christmas crafting. I also want to announce the winner of my latest giveaway is Stacy French. Stacy, please inbox me your shipping address and stay tuned because I have a Cricut giveaway plus a $200 shopping spree paint. So I kind of sketched out a Christmas tree a little bit. It's kind of hard to see in this video, but I'm just going to take some green paint and begin to kind of swooshy it around and make Christmas tree branches. I love making these. I think this is such a fun thing to do, and you guys could so easily do this with friends, families, kiddos, grandkids. All you need are some paintbrushes, a canvas from Dollar Tree, and some paint. And so I'm just using 2 different colors of green paint, and I'm really giving it a nice swish around here. So I like to use a darker green paint and then add a lighter green paint on top of that to kind of give it some dimension. And they're going to have a white, and you can even go in with like a dark brown or black. You will need, a brown for its tree trunk as well. You guys can get creative with this. Last year I did these in like a kind of a glam gold. I've also done pink trees, aqua trees. There's so many fun ideas for this. So just have fun with it. Don't be too hard on yourself. Get creative. Add lots of dimension and shading, and you guys really can't go wrong with this one. Now I'm just adding a cute little tree trunk to the base here with some brown paint, and then I'm going to go in and accent it with just a little bit of white and some dimension with a darker kind of black color, and then kind of mix it in with a bit of greenery kind of covering over where that stem is. And then here's how my little cute tree turned out. Now listen, it's not perfect, but I had fun with it and I think it looks beautiful. I think it'd be nice to do several of these trees like on a larger canvas, and you would have a beautiful piece of art for literally nothing. I love Christmas art, but sometimes I look at the prices and I'm like, oh boy, that's quite a bit for just one little season here. So maybe I will get a larger canvas and do something like that. But I think it turned out really beautiful and fun, and I hope you guys take a shot at doing one that's in a similar fashion. I'm going to share with you an easy, quick holiday bow, no tools required. So what you want to do is you want to dovetail your end. So just cut a pretty little triangle in the end of your bow, and then you can use a measuring mat or a ruler or whatnot, and you want to measure your bow about 12 to 14 inches if you're doing a tree topper like I am, and you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself about 4 to 6 times. It depends on how many ribbon loops you want in your bow, but for this one I did about 4 times. And then find your center and cut little bitty tiny notches in the center of that ribbon and set it aside. Now this is my Olivia bow. This is kind of a bow I came up with because I'm actually somewhat bow challenged. So anyway, now I'm going to do my second one, and I'm going to do this ribbon loop about 13 inches. So again, you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself, and I like to do the largest one in the back at the largest size, and then I just trim an inch or 2 off the size of the next stack of loops. So I hope that makes sense. Comment down below if you guys need help with that. Now again, I'm just going to find the center, cut an itty bitty tiny notch. Now when you cut the little notches here, make sure they're really, really small. You don't want to cut them too big because then your ribbon will fall apart, and you don't want that to happen to your pretty ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to do about a 12-inch loop here. Again, I am making my ends pretty. You're probably not going to see these ends, but any little part that's sticking out from your bow, you're probably going to want to make sure it has a nice finished end. Again, loop it over on itself about 4 times. You can see I'm counting, and 4 isn't totally the magical number. You could do 5 or 6, whatever floats your boat, but you don't want to overuse your ribbon because we are going to do multiple different colors and we kind of want the different colors to show through. But as you guys can see, I'm stacking this and it's kind of getting a little bit smaller as we get closer to the center of the bow. Now for my last ribbon, I'm going to use this thin ribbon. These are pretty because it kind of gives a little bit of dimension to your bow making since the other ribbons were all about the same size. It's fun at the very end of your project to have one that's a little bit smaller, but it's not necessary at all to make a pretty bow. Again, I'm going to find my center. I looped that ribbon over on itself 4 times, and I did that for each set of stacked ribbons here. I'm going to find my center of this ribbon and zip tie the entire thing together. You could also use floral wire or a pipe cleaner. These are so easy and fun to make, and they make the most gorgeous tree toppers. I use them every single year for all my tree toppers, my wreaths, my garlands. This is just such a fun bow to make. And the best part is you don't need any tools. You don't even really need a measuring tool as well. Now, the next thing you want to do is go ahead and really take those loops and twist them and fluff them out. So you can see I'm taking it kind of in fluffing and twisting to where you want that ribbon loop to be. And once you have it twisted out, that's when you're going to go back in and puffy up your ribbon loops. So you really want to work on that. That's really the key to a really nice, pretty bow is really playing with it, getting those ribbon loops fluffed out. A lot of times I'll fluff everything out and then I'll attach it to my wreath or garland or Christmas tree topper or whatever I'm using this bow for. This doesn't have to necessarily be a holiday bow. It could be for any season. Just change out your ribbon. But once I have it attached to my project, then I fluff it again. And so that's kind of my secret trick. Now, here, if you want to add some tails, this is an awesome little way to add tails. Just cut some of the coordinating ribbon that you used in your bow. And make them as long as you want them to be. So this is going to be for a really thin tree topper in my dining room, and I didn't have enough ribbon to really go all the way down the entire tree because it's a rather tall tree. So I'm just going to cut some pretty little tails here, and I'm just eyeballing it. Again, making sure that I cut little triangles in an upward direction to finish off the ends of my bow. I call that dovetailing the ends of my bow. Now I'm just going to take and I'm going to pinch those tails in the center, and using that smaller piece of ribbon, I'm just going to tie these tails on. Now, maybe there's an easier way to do bows, but this is the way I've found that's easy for me, and so this is why I'm sharing it with you. Maybe you're a little bit bow challenged and this idea might work for you. Trust me when I tell you, I watched so many videos when I started trying to make bows, and I just couldn't figure out some of the ways that people are able to tie bows with their hands, and this was just my way to do it. I also have neuropathy in my hands, and so this was a way to do it without having to hold on to that bow, and I completely admire people that are able to make bows that way. I just don't happen to be one of those people that can do that. Okay, so I attached it to the top of this cute little Christmas tree in my dining room. I did have this tree just plain, but I did decide to add some ribbon to Dollar Tree gingerbread. So Dollar Tree sells these wooden gingerbreads, and they're so fun and easy to paint, and really you guys can pretty much create anything with them. This is also a great kids project piece. All you need is the little wooden cutout piece, some glue, some paint, and some creativity. So I'm going to take and I'm going to use just some brown paint to kind of paint it all the color of gingerbread. This is just some paint I have on hand. You guys can grab some apple barrel craft paint from Walmart. They're like 50 cents for one of those little tubes. So that would work great as well. Just go ahead and paint it whatever color you want. Hey, you could have any color of gingerbread that you want. I did want to make it kind of traditional though in ginger snappy. So once I had that done, then I'm going to take just some white paint and trim out the little raised wood parts on his arms and legs with some white paint. Again, you guys could really have fun with this and get totally creative. I'm just kind of sharing with you guys my idea. The next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to kind of zhuzh up his little buttons. I'm going to tell you I could not get the original button off. So I just hot glued these cute little peppermint pieces on top of that. And again, the peppermint pieces are an ornament that you can get at Hobby Lobby. I love them for crafting because then you can kind of take them apart and you have so much more use out of them. And you guys can look for little peppermints anywhere, but these have just been my go-to forever. The next thing I want to do is take some of this little peppermint ribbon, and this is also from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to make a cute little bow for my little gingerbread guy here. I'm going to tie it off with a pipe cleaner here, and then again, you guys can really customize this, add whatever baubles and bows that you guys have on hand. This is just what I have on hand, so this is what I'm going to use. And then once I have my bow ready, I'm going to hot glue it into the center of my little gingerbread's bow tie. And also think you guys could make these girls or boys or whatever suits your fancy. I even thought it would be fun. You can make it into a little girl by adding some hair, or this could be a little girl that doesn't have a whole ton of hair. That was kind of my little girl when she was a baby. The next thing I wanted to do was go ahead and paint some eyes on. Now this is totally optional. This is really cute as is, but if you want to paint some eyes on, you want to draw a circle, and then you want to kind of outline the eyes with some white paint. You guys can see I have this little gingerbread ornament off to the side over here. Sorry for the mess on my table, but I'm kind of using that as a guide. So I also painted some black on the interior part of the eyes, and then I'm just kind of outlining that entire thing. The other thing you guys can do is go on Pinterest and just Google or go on Pinterest and search for cartoon eyes, and it's going to give you so many different expressions that you guys can make with your paint and whatnot. And then I'm just taking my little paintbrush and kind of zhuzhing up the hair, going along the top and the sides, and just kind of making it look like it's icing. And I just did that with my paintbrush. So there you guys have that, a super adorable little gingerbread. Don't judge my eyes too hard. I always feel like they kind of look goofy, but I think these came out pretty cute. So just a little circle that's black on one side, white on the other. You can outline it a little bit of white and black, add a smile and some cute little hair. Have fun with it and get creative and go. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super adorable painted gingerbread house. Okay, so Dollar Tree puts out these little Christmas houses, and I decided to go in and make mine a gingerbread house. I'm doing a gingerbread theme for my main Christmas tree. I'm really excited about it. And so I am going to need like some larger gingerbread ornaments or some just little things to set kind of in and around the house as decor or underneath my tree. So we're going to get working on painting this, and I'm starting out with some brown paint. Again, this is just a wooden cutout that Dollar Tree sells, and it's a little bit tedious trying to get inside of these windows, and I actually meant to put like yellow inside the windows to make it seem like it was glowing from inside, but my brain flopped out, plus I had a lot of brown paint to use up. So I'm just taking a smaller paintbrush and I'm trimming out the edges of this on the inside of the window with that smaller paintbrush. And so that's going to kind of give that a little bit of dimension, and I want it to feel really gingerbready. So, you know, almost like a gingerbread house that you would do just normally. So you can go back in now with some white paint and begin to kind of clean up your lines. So that's what I'm going to do. I just have a smaller paintbrush and I'm cleaning up the lines of my little gingerbread house here, trying to make it look like it's icing, like it's trimmed and icing, and I did have to do 2 coats of all of that. So you guys, I would love to hear what everybody is doing. What are you working on? Are you working on Christmas crafts, fall crafts? I'd love to hear from you guys. And also, if you have a prayer request, I would love to put this out there. But hey, I know there's so many people out there, no matter what they're going through, they may have a prayer request. I have a really great community here. So if you guys need something, just drop a prayer request down below, or maybe you want to pray for somebody, just say, hey, if you're reading this right now, I'm praying for you, because I know everybody has a lot going on, especially once the holidays start getting closer. And so I just want to give out some love and support. I mean, this is a fun community. I try to keep everything really, really positive, and I am a believer in prayer. I'm a believer in leaning on God. That's my strength and my song. So if you guys love that, you have kind of a happy place here. And also I have a great little Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group page. If you guys want to pop over there, it's free. You can post photos of your home decor, your DIY projects, and just hang there as well. So anyway, now I'm taking a really tiny brush and I'm trying my best to trim out these windows, make them look like icing without getting paint everywhere. But again, I do have to clean up a lot of my paint mistakes. So the next thing I wanted to do was add in some cute little peppermint gingerbread goodies to the front of this. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. This should be where the door is, but I just put peppermints here. So anyway, but you know what? It's a little whimsical gingerbread house, so we're just going to go for it. Now I am taking my paintbrush and kind of trying to trim it out. I needed to probably go a little bit slower. I don't know. Anyway, I want it to look like icing, and I'm going to accept my icing as is. I'm going to say it looks awesome, even if it's a little bit wonky. I added a cute little red bow to the top, and there you guys have it, a fun and fabulous little gingerbread house. It's going to go along with my little gingerbread person here and my gingerbread theme, all Dollar Tree goodies, and you guys can do this with me. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to show you guys how to make a super awesome jumbo Christmas wreath using pool noodles, a hula hoop, and some duct tape, and a little bit of fluff for the bows on top. Now listen, what you guys want to do is grab a hula hoop from the Dollar Tree and 2 pool noodles, or 1 depending upon what size your hula hoop is. They actually do have different sizes. Cut into the pool noodle just a line down the very center till you get to the little center prong, and then you can just take and wrap that around your hula hoop. Bam! We are on our way to making a huge, awesome jumbo wreath. Now, I would suggest this would be a great wreath to use outdoors as well, because it's going to be pretty weatherproof. You're going to do the same thing with the other pool noodle. Just cut that string right down the center and then latch it on to your hula hoop. And again, bam! Now you have a very, very large wreath to kind of play with. Now for this one, I wanted to just take some red duct tape, and I think I grabbed this at Walmart. Dollar Tree has duct tape, but you might want to grab the Walmart duct tape because there's a lot on the roll and you'll get more bang for your buck. In fact, I did duct tape Christmas presents last year, so that was a fun one. So you're just going to take and basically wrap the duct tape around the pool noodle, and if you want to make it really cute and kind of candy striped like this one, you'll just leave a little bit of room with the white showing through. Now try not to get frustrated. Your duct tape might be a little bit bubbly here and there, but it's really not the end of the world. Also, the duct tape is going to help the pool noodle kind of secure onto the hula hoop a little bit better. I've done these before and shared them with you guys, and you can also add burlap around them, or you could even take some Christmas tree evergreen garland and do that as well. So now that we have our wreath base complete, we're going to make a super adorable little Dollar Tree bow. Take your ribbon and measure it from your hand to your elbow, and that's going to give you 12 inches, and just take that ribbon, loop it over on itself till you get to the end of the roll if you want to make a big, nice, fluffy bow like I am. And then if you have any other ribbon, I had this cute little candy striped ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to do the same technique here and just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself until I got about 6 times of looping it over on itself, and that's going to give you 3 loops for each side. Trim that off and then pop it into the center of your first bow, and then take a zip tie and zip tie that off. Now this is such an easy bow. Anybody can do this bow, and you know how I know? Because I'm totally bow challenged and I love big bows. I cannot lie. Anyway, take those ribbon loops and pull those out. You can take any little scraggly ends, cut those off, or you can just kind of curl them into the rest of the bow, which I always leave all of my ribbon ends on, and just give it a good fluffing. It's just going to make it a little bit fuller. And then you can take and attach that with another piece of ribbon. And also, if you're going to be putting this outside, you might want to add a zip tie to the base, and then cover up the zip tie with some ribbon. Give your bows another good fluffing once you get them onto your project. That's always something I recommend. Now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree Deco mesh, and I'm going to take and make a big Deco mesh bow. So again, same thing here. You just take the Deco mesh, loop it over on itself to where it makes a big, giant, fluffy bow. I feel like we had such big, giant bows back in the 90s, and I am a 90s lady, you guys. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, and all I did to secure that underneath my smaller bow, as you guys can see, is adding a zip tie, and bam! We have a huge, massive, giant bow on our 2.5 foot little hula hoop wreath here, and it's about 2.5 foot with the bow. So, you know, it's like that bow, it's that big hair, big bow. I don't know, there was a saying about it back in the 90s. Anyway, I hope you guys are loving this and are totally inspired, and comment down below, let me know what you think about it. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super easy little Dollar Tree deco mesh. So from the Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, you can grab some deco mesh and you're just going to cut it in about 8 to 10 inch strips. Listen, I just want to encourage you guys on deco mesh. It's so easy, so forgiving and fun. And I will tell you, Hobby Lobby has all of their deco mesh half off. I believe these rolls actually did come from Hobby Lobby. I missed out on some of the Dollar Tree Christmas mesh this year. And then the next thing I want to do is cut 8 to 10 inch strips of this Dollar Tree ribbon. This is wired ribbon, and then I'm just going to dovetail the ends by adding that little triangle to the end of it. I'm going to do the same thing over here, cutting the strips of candy cane ribbon. This is from Hobby Lobby. Now, I'm not super particular about my cuts. The next thing I want to do is just take the ribbon and you're just going to zhuzh it. So you're just going to take the piece of deco mesh and ruffle it in your fingers and then add a piece of ribbon on top of that and then zip tie that little bundle together. So what you're going to do next is make a ton of bundles. You might want to pop a fun TV show on when you're doing this, and yeah, super easy there. So fluffy out that little bundle with the mesh and the ribbon and all of that good stuff. And then you're going to have some bundles to add to your wreath. Okay, listen, you guys, if you want to get really particular on your cuts, some people I know are, and they want to measure each one, and that is great. But for instructional purposes for me, because I do these DIYs, I do try to cram so many of them into a day, and I am a mom and that kind of stuff, and so I have a lot going on. I'm not super picky on my cuts on the ribbon, but you can definitely get a little bit more precise with your ribbon cuts if you want, or you can just kind of freehand it like I do. Just whatever floats your boat. Hey, this is your crafting station. Now, the next thing I wanted to do was just add them to one of these little wire loops. You can also add them to a Dollar Tree wreath form. I happen to be out of wreath forms, could not find them anywhere. And then once I got done with my project, guess what I found? Or guess what I saw actually hanging in my craft studio on the wall? Was a wire wreath form. I looked high and low everywhere except for, I guess, right where it should have been, hanging on the wall. Anyway, I know if you guys are a crafter, you feel me. So what I'm doing is going every other one and just zip tying the deco mesh loop-de-loops onto the wreath form. This is such a super easy process, you guys. It's pretty much a no-brainer. You're just going to continue to add them, and then you're going to want to kind of squish them together a little bit. You want to pull some of those ruffles out. That also helps. But you're just going to add all of your little loop-de-loops onto there. Now, I'm saving on my zip ties by just zip tying them directly to the wreath form because there's only one prong on here. You can do it either way. You can zip tie them as bundles, or you can zip tie them onto your wreath form, whatever works for you and however much supplies that you guys have on hand. I do try to, do my best with supplies, as everything that I make, I pay for it. Anyway, I added a cute little bow to the top of that and a fun Santa sign, and boom, there you guys have a super easy little Dollar Tree deco mesh wreath. You guys can change this up and pretty much use any color that you want to. And to make that a loopy bow, go back and check out some of my bow videos, but it's super easy. You just loop the ribbon over on itself, add a big giant deco mesh bow to the top, and bam, you're good to go. Okay guys, for this lantern DIY, we're going to make a big loopy bow with this Dollar Tree deco mesh. We are just going to take the deco mesh, loop it over on itself until we get a big, giant, nice little loopy bow, and trim that off. Now, this is such a super easy DIY, and this deco mesh came from Dollar Tree, but you guys can find it at pretty much any craft stores. We're going to make a fun little Christmas lantern bow topper, and what I want to do is grab a zip tie and zip tie this all together. That way it stays on there nice and sturdy. You guys, I love to make lantern toppers. I always see them like in the floral department at the grocery stores, and they're so pretty, but they're really expensive, and I'm always wondering, hey, we can do this on a budget. The next thing I want to do is just zip tie my big giant fluffy deco mesh bow to the top of my lantern. I like using zip ties because it secures things on here really well, and things don't wobble around, especially if you did these lanterns outside. Now I'm going to make a quick little loopy bow. So you're going to take and measure the ribbon from your elbow to your or from your hand to your elbow, and then just take that ribbon and loop it over on itself. I like to do it about 6 times. That gives you a nice, good, full, fluffy bow. But use whatever ribbon you have on hand and add whatever many loops to your heart's content is my suggestion. But looping it over on itself 6 times is going to give you equal distribution of loops, 3 to 3. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, this is not hard, I promise you. It's such an easy bow. You're going to zip tie that in the center and then zip tie that to the larger bow. Or you can take and you can cut a big piece of ribbon like what I'm going to do to save on your zip ties and also cover the zip ties and just cover that original little zip tie up. So you take and tie this on to the center part of your Deco mesh bow, and that's also going to give you some tails. Hey, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. The next thing we want to do is just take those little loops and pull them out. Ooh, so pretty. And then we're going to take and dovetail those ends, cut a little triangle in the end, and wrap those up. How nice is that? Oh my goodness, you guys. I just love these. I think they're so fun. You can fill this with ornaments. You can add ornaments to the center, which is what I'm going to do, this cute little Dollar Tree ornament to the center. And then you guys have a fun little Christmas decor piece. You could add evergreen to the center of your bow. So many fun ideas on a budget. Now in this video, I'm also going to include some little blasts from the past with some peppermint crafts. It's actually going to be the most popular video of the week from last week was a Deco mesh tree that I did. I believe I did this 2 years ago. So I'm going to add that in towards the end of this video. But it's going to be a Deco mesh Christmas tree using Dollar Tree supplies. I have not found any of the mini Christmas trees yet, but I also haven't been to Dollar Tree yet for my Christmas supply shopping. I have a lot of stuff that I'm really just trying to use on hand this year. Anyway, I'm adding in a little bit of an evergreen sprig. I thought that would give this some dimension and just jazz it up a little bit more. I think that's pretty. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to drop a kind comment down below and let me know how you're doing. I am doing a Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. So all you guys have to do to enter that giveaway is subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment down below. Now, I always love to include a secret question. Today's secret question is going to be, what is your favorite character that you have for Christmas? So right now I'm using Gingerbread as my character, but what do you guys like? Do you like Gingerbread? Do you like to do a Mickey Mouse Christmas? What are the characters? Maybe elves, maybe, gosh, I don't know. I know there's so many out there, but hey, drop that comment down below. Let's light up this comment section with your favorite Christmas characters. And then here we're going to see several different peppermint crafts, the Deco mesh tree, and then some easy ones for kids. So keep watching in this video. And I love y'all so much. So blessed to have you here.
Now I'm just going to take my little Santa. This is just a little planter type pail that I found at Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to take 2 of those Dollar Tree Christmas trees. This is a secret little way that I love to make the Dollar Tree Christmas trees appear just a little bit fuller. Just take them, pop them in some styrofoam, whatever container you love, and then take them and kind of wind them around each other, and that gives the appearance that they're just a little bit bigger. And I did have to reposition this as well, and I did hot glue the styrofoam to the base of the little Santa pail. So I'm really loving this so far, and this is a super fun little idea for a kid's room, or just maybe a smaller space, a kitchen counter, or your office, or whatever floats your boat. So now I did go ahead and use some of that Dollar Tree candy stripe mesh, and I'm just cutting 16-inch pieces. What I want to do is create some little poofs to kind of tie into this tree to really doll it up and kick it up a notch. These would also be really fun to make if you guys are doing craft fairs or for a little teacher gift. They would be great for a little classroom. So just take take and roll your mesh bundles into just little curls. So you just take and you curl them up. It's super easy. And then you take a pipe cleaner and you're just going to pipe cleaner them right onto your Christmas tree. And don't be afraid of that deco mesh, you guys. I promise it's super forgiving. You can't go wrong with this, especially when you just do the rolls. You guys can see I'm just taking it and rolling it into a little curl and then pinching it between my fingers, add a little pipe cleaner, and voila, you have a ton of fun little dazzling poofs. Okay, so for this Christmas tree, I wanted to let you guys know that I did use 2 rolls of the Dollar Tree white with little red candy stripe mesh. But again, you guys, use whatever colors you have and whatever planters you're going for. So maybe you already have a little planter at home that you could paint to match whatever Christmas decor you're using. Try to use what you already have on hand. I definitely always encourage that. So I just went ahead and created a bunch of those little poofs, and then I'm tying them into this adorable little tree with the pipe cleaners. So now I'm going to go ahead and create a quick little Olivia bow. You're just going to take and you're going to loop the ribbon over on itself, and I looped it over on itself twice, as you guys can see, and then I'm just going to pinch it in the center, and I'm going to go ahead and take another pipe cleaner and just wire that together in the center and then tie it right onto my Christmas tree. And you guys have fun with this. Again, use whatever colors that you love and that you have, and then once you get your little Olivia bow ready, and you guys can notice that I didn't notch it. I'm trying to repurpose and reuse some of my ribbon this year, so I may not be notching all of it, but if you notch it in the center like I've shown you guys before, it does help you poof it out a little bit better. So anyway, I did go ahead and just poof this out by pulling out each loop, and then I used a little bit of that extra tail to kind of create a loop at the top. And here it is. Oh my goodness, so sparkling, so adorable. I did take some of that Dollar Tree candy cane ribbon and kind of cascade it down the fronts and sides of the tree just to give it that little extra pizzazz that you guys know that I absolutely love. I think this is so fun and adorable, and just a great way to add some pops of color to your holiday decor. And of course, you guys know Santa Claus loves those chocolate chip cookies, so definitely don't forget to set out some milk and cookies or hot cocoa for Santa on Christmas Eve. I want to create a super adorable little peppermint ornament. So I'm just taking a red and white pipe cleaner, and I added some hot glue to the end. And then I'm just going to take and I'm going to begin to wind it into a little circle to kind of make it look like a peppermint. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, so I wound it a couple of times and then I added some hot glue. Be careful if you're doing this. If you're sensitive to getting burns easily, I am using a low temp glue gun, so that really does help me because I can be kind of messy with my glue, but it is a little bit tedious to hot glue in these little super small spots. So I did just go ahead and loop it around several times until I got the right size, and I did trim off the excess because I didn't want it to be too oversized for this smaller tree. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some Dollar Tree. These are the little straws. You find them in the food storage aisle. That's where my store has them. And then I'm just hot gluing this to the top of this, and then I want to trim it off. What I want to create is a cute little lollipop ornament. I think this looks super adorable, but you guys know I have to go a little extra and add a cute little candy cane ribbon. Again, the sky is the limit, you guys. Whatever colors you love, use that color pipe cleaner and create whatever kind of colors. I think these would be absolutely adorable to do in pinks, whites, blues, purples. I definitely may even be creating more as the season goes along and I share with you guys different styles and colors of decor for Christmas. So here they are popped onto the super adorable little Christmas tree. These are oh so fun and very, very budget friendly, and I really feel like it gives it kind of that custom boutique finished look. I feel like this looks really high end and actually not something that you would see coming from the Dollar Tree. Comment, let me know what you guys think. And do you guys do a candy cane theme? This is the first year I've ever done anything candy cane themed, but I thought it'd be so super adorable for my kitchen. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take again some of those little party straws, and this was one straw that I cut into 3 pieces, and then I have some of those little Dollar Tree pom-poms, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hot glue the pom-pom to the top of the little straw. I'm going to create another little candy piece, but this time it's going to be kind of more of like a sucker. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Whoville from Dr. Seuss, like a little bit of a Dr. Seuss type ornament. So anyway, again, you guys think you can use whatever colors that you have, and then of course I am going to go ahead and create a bow. So when I tie a bow for these little smaller ornaments, I just tie it kind of like I would be tying a shoelace. So I just take it and loop it over and pull it through, and then I want to make it really small, and that can be a little bit tricky. So if you find little pre-made bows already done, that can be really fun if you're doing craft fairs, because bow tying can be a little bit time consuming. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and hot glue that bow underneath our little sucker piece, and this is going to create some really fun, very inexpensive ornaments for your little candy cane Christmas tree.
Darker paint, and then just a little bit of white whisper on the front of that. The next thing I wanted to do was take some of this Dollar Tree. This is kind of like Cricut sticky paper, I guess, and I just cut a slim line of it and used that for my check pattern. Now you could also hand paint the check pattern that was on the original little Mackenzie Child's truck, but I thought this would be fine as well, and it's already done. And I'm gonna have to get some new paintbrushes. I realized today while I was painting some of these things that they're in a little bit rough shape. Okay, I also added it to the top because they added checks to the top and bottom of their truck. And then so to do the wheels, I just took the bottom of my little paint container and traced around that, and that fit perfectly for the wheels on my truck. And I actually had just glanced at the Mackenzie Child's little ornament before I did this and didn't even think to really go back and try to really dupe it perfectly. So I realized I need to go back and do a couple of things, but hey, this is a really great idea. So this is a high-end designer dupe. Mackenzie Child's is a really high-end designer located out in New York originally, and they just do some really incredible all of their items are hand painted, and so I know why their stuff is so expensive, because it is hand painted. But hey, we can hand paint some of our stuff using Dollar Tree supplies. So $98 versus a couple of dollars, I think we're doing pretty good. Now I love to use this paint pen. It's the Deco Art Premium Paint Pen. It's about $5 on Amazon, and it really gives that gold edging that they like to use in the Mackenzie Child's designs. They actually use some real like gold, I think, in some of their paint, or some kind of real gold. If it's not real gold, it's some type of fancy something. Anyway, but this paint pen outlines your project and really gives it that final finished edge. I've also used just regular gold paint too. So here is how the final project looks. I've always been really intimidated by these Dollar Tree signs, that are just blank. So here's just an idea. Go on the Mackenzie Child's website or order one of their calendars or catalogs. They're totally free. You guys can look at those and then dupe some of their items with next to no money besides just paint. So I hope you guys are loving it. Comment, let me know what you guys think, and if you want to attempt something like this, fun and fabulous on a total budget. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I've got to share with you guys how to make a super adorable Christmas sign on a total budget. So grab one of your Dollar Tree fall signs or any sign and find some of that Dollar Tree wallpaper. I love this kind of faux wood look. Trace out the sign and then add the faux wallpaper to the back of the sign, and you can even maintain your original sign. So it's like a double-sided sign. Okay, so once we have that done, I took this merry and bright wooden cutout. Sometimes I wonder what to do with these. If you guys see these at the Dollar Tree, there's a ton of them. Now they are delicate, so when you're painting them, be a little careful. Sometimes they'll break loose, but I'm using this red. It's like a candy red paint, and I just painted it the candy red color. Then I'm sponging some of this. It's kind of like a charcoal gray paint over that, and then I even added a little bit of white with my sponge brush, and I'm watching this video and just remembering I did not put my sponge brush in water, so it's going to be probably ruined and dried out. Anyway, so I'm going to take some sandpaper and just sandpaper that off to where you can just kind of see the red, but it's not quite so vibrant, which, hey, the vibrant red is beautiful. But here's how it looks. It looks a little bit distressed since we are putting it on kind of that faux wood background. I thought that would be really, really cute. So the other thing I wanted to do was make kind of like a Mackenzie Childs sign dupe. And so I'm going to take some of this black and white check pattern paper. It has a sticky back. They're selling at Dollar Tree. My sweet friend Stacy sent some to me, and let me tell you, I'm just using the heck out of this. You could also paint checks on, but I'm not sure that the checks would be painted on very easily on that faux wallpaper. Okay, the next thing I want to do, was probably the trickiest part of it, was hot gluing these letters on. You may be able to use super glue, so you'd have to deal with the sticky parts that like to push through from the hot glue, but I was able to get it on and it went just fine. I feel like this is a really cute sign, something that you would see for like, $10, $15, maybe at a home decor store or Walmart or Hobby Lobby, and bam, we repurposed and reused one of our original Dollar Tree signs, a piece of craft paper, and the cute little wooden cutout. I think you can make all kinds of signs like these, you guys. You could even add a bow to the top or some burlap or something fun to match your decor. You could also think about, customizing this idea to match your decor. So it doesn't necessarily have to be these colors and style. You can make this glam with beautiful glitter. You can make it blues, pinks, really any color that suits your fancy. So here it is, Merry and Bright. I think it looks super adorable with the Santa. This is another Mackenzie Childs dupe, which I'm going to share with you guys in another video later in this video. So fun and fabulous on a budget. Great little idea for a fun, easy sign. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do a super adorable Mackenzie Childs dupe. It's going to be like a little Santa ornament, and some of their ornaments on Mackenzie Childs' website are $100 plus. I know why. They're hand painted. They're absolutely beautiful. But just take some painter's tape and one of those Dollar Tree wooden and cut out Santa signs and then tape off squares. That's basically all you have to do. You don't even have to have tape. You could just cut like a strip of paper. But what you're going to do is just make a template of checks, and that's going to give you that Mackenzie Childs style. You could also Mod Podge some checkered craft paper onto here as well. Now, usually I like to paint the base of it white, and I forgot to do that, so I'm just going back in and touching it up. And a lot of times in Mackenzie Childs, if you've seen some of their pieces before and you look up close, it really does look very hand painted. They kind of like to drag the black and white together, and so I tried to kind of do that with this one. The next thing I wanted to do was go ahead and paint my little Santa face white and then give him a red rim hat. I know Santa usually has a white hat, but because I'm doing the majority of the rest of his head kind of white because he has such a white beard, I just thought that would stand out more. I gave him a cute little pink nose. I didn't do any eyes on him. Sometimes I feel like my eyes turn out weird, and so I just didn't want the pressure of that today, and I think that's okay to do sometimes. Just have fun crafting and do what you can do that you're comfortable with. I'm using this Deco Art paint pen, and I'm just outlining the entire thing with this gold paint pen. If you notice, a lot of the Mackenzie Childs stuff has like this gold edge rimming, and that's also why their stuff is so expensive, because of that really specialty paint that apparently I think has some gold flecks in it, like real gold. Anyway, that's what I read somewhere, and don't quote me on that. I'm adding in some detail to my Santa, and then I felt like it kind of looked a little bit too like swirly, so I decided to make his beard have a little bit more dimension, and so I'm adding in white paint, and then I'm just layering it. I did take private art when I was a little girl, and I did a lot of pastel work, and I noticed that with the pastels, my art teacher would teach me how to layer things, and so that's one thing that I know to do to add dimension when you are doing painting or pastels or anything like that. So you just keep layering your whites and your darks together and just really blending them, almost like you would blend your eyeshadow. So you can see that I'm just adding layer after layer after layer, and I'm not even washing my brush, which you probably should, or you could use different paint brushes. But here is how it turned out. And I kind of gave him some like little whiskery, like hairy eyebrows. I don't know. I thought that was cute and it was easy. And I'm telling you, I can't even convey to you guys how much that painting really just makes me feel relaxed and just happy. So if you have the opportunity to sit down and do something like that, maybe you're struggling with depression or anxiety, or you just need a break from your mental clutter, which I have a lot. Try some painting, get your paintbrush out, and don't put any pressure on yourself. Just have fun. If it's a $1 cutout, you can't really ruin it. And if you do, which I have before, you can toss it, you can repaint it, you can use it as a coaster. I don't know. Have fun and get creative and go for it, you guys. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I just wanted to share with you guys another super easy little Mackenzie Childs ornament dupe. So I'm using this Dollar Tree wooden lantern, and this was sent to me by my sweet friend Stacy. Stacy, thank you so much for sending me things. A lot of times I don't even get to the Dollar Tree before everything runs out, so I really appreciate it. Thank you. So I painted this little lantern in red, and I think this is such a cute little lantern. They look so pretty lit up. They have like a little light inside, and then I added black toppers and black to the base. I really want to make it look like more of a high-end ornament, so I'm using some of this gold paint pen to edge it out, and this is the Deco Art Premium Paint Pen. I find mine on Amazon or the craft store, but you can use gold paint as well. Here is how it turned out after all my painting, and then I'm just going to take some of this Mackenzie Childs ribbon and really try to use what I have here and just cut a little small strip and then loop it in half and just pinch it. This is just such an easy little bow. It's what I call like a little tuxedo bow. I used a piece of yarn to tie it off in the center, and then I'm going to add it to my lantern. And you can get really creative with this. Just grab whatever little strip of ribbon you have at home, and you don't even have to use ribbon. You could just call it good or add some evergreen to the top, whatever suits your fancy. I did add a tiny dabble of hot glue, and I'm just going to hot glue that to the top of this. And then I'm going to take this other piece and I'm going to twist it, and I did dovetail the ends of my little bow and give my little cute ribbon some tails. So that is how that is going to look, and bam, how adorable is this? Yay! I love making fun little ornaments. I did decide to add some mini pine cones to the top. Dollar Tree sells little tiny mini pine cones. I found some in like a garland, but here's how it looks so far. And then I'm going to add some of those little pine cones to the top. I need to go collect some real pine cones. There's actually a tree down the hill from my house that drops big, beautiful pine cones. I'm thinking about that now. I think I remember sharing with you guys how to even bake pine cones to get like the little, I guess they have little kind of bugs in them. So you bake them and you can add cinnamon to them. And I need to do that craft again for you guys this year and really paint them. And I'm thinking maybe I'll do like a Mackenzie Childs dupe type Christmas tree in my regular tree and just do tons and tons of crafts. So I had so much fun painting these today. It really relaxed me, and just again, like I'm telling you, guys are going through stress. Painting to me is really good for your mental health. I just laid down some Christmas wrapping paper and paper towels and paints and paintbrushes, and I know some of the painting videos probably don't get as many views as like the Deco mesh and the big wreaths that I do, but gosh, this was really nice. So I'm thankful for everybody that might be here watching it and maybe needs that encouragement to take some time and get out some paint and try not to feel intimidated by it, because if you have some white chalk paint, that will pretty much paint over any mistake that you make on anything like this. For this next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super adorable little Mackenzie Childs dupe, and this is going to be a snowman. So grab the little wooden cutout snowman from the Dollar Tree, or Walmart is also selling wooden cutouts. Actually, a lot of the stores are, Hobby Lobby and all that good stuff. So, and then just paint the entire thing with a white chalk paint is how I did my base, but you guys can really do any color that you love. I'm going to add little stripes to the hat with some red paint, and and then go back in with some white paint and just color that in. Listen, Mackenzie Childs is a high-end designer. They make beautiful hand-painted items. Their items are really, really, really expensive, and I know why, because they have actual artists that sit in there and hand paint them. So I respect their work, but I also think that I can do this on a budget and share with you guys if you love that designer look without the designer cost. I'm adding in some little green paint to the top of this to rim out his little hat. I gave him a carrot nose, and then I'm going to give him a cute little green scarf. Today's work, I really wanted to just try to relax, and I kind of made it a little bit more simple. I didn't do any faces on any of my characters. Sometimes I feel like when I do faces, it just gets to be too much. I'm not confident in my faces, and I wasn't feeling confident in my ability to do those today. So I just felt like relaxing and leaving the faces blank and just adding the checks and stripes where need be. Sometimes I think we need to give ourselves a break. You know, I have a lot of expectations a lot of times out of myself, and I also want to try to give you guys the best content and artistic, creativity as possible. But I also think sometimes we just have to relax and have fun, and that's really what creating art is all about. And I think art is really good for your mental health. So I want to encourage you guys, if you might be struggling with any kind of anxiety or depression, to go to Walmart, grab some inexpensive cheap paints, a little wooden cutout, and find something that you're inspired to kind of paint on that. And you can even go on Pinterest and look up DIY, painting eyes and different things like that. Or you can do like a Mackenzie Childs dupe, like something like this, and just do the checkers. I love the checkers, and it makes me just feel accomplished. Something about doing those little boxes, for some reason for me, I don't know, it relaxes me. So I'm weird. I'm using the gold paint pen to edge the entire project and really just kind of bring things together. What it also does too with the gold paint pen is it cleans up your lines. So if you've made some oopsies or your lines are like a little bit funky, it can kind of do that. Now my paint pen was running out, so I kept having to shake it and press it down, but I think it came out really, really cute. And these are going to fill up my Christmas tree. I want to do a Mackenzie Childs Christmas tree, I think, this year, or at least a small one. I don't know if I'll be able to paint enough ornaments to actually make that happen, but I might try it. I just might try it. Or maybe I'll just try to paint as many as I can, and then if I have enough to do a big tree, I will. If not, I'll just maybe do some of them on a small tree. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. So I hope you guys are inspired. And as always, drop a kind comment down below and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video, which one you will be recreating. Don't forget to enter my $100 Hobby Lobby gift card giveaway. That's going on my YouTube channel. All you guys have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribing is totally free, and comment down below. Okay, so check out Benji Bear. He got dressed up for you guys today in his Santa scarf. You can go on Amazon and type in dog scarves, and they have packets for like $10, and they have every holiday under the sun. It's so cute and so fun. And my daughter and I love to put this on him when we go for walks out in public. He just gets so much attention. And this is his little green ball. He loves his little green ball. And so Benji Bear, I know Benji Bear has a little fan base out there. So he wants to say hi to all the puppy dogs, woof woof, and all the kitty cats out there. He wants to give you guys a big shout out, say hi, give you guys some wiggles and waggles. He's so funny. And I don't know, something about dogs and pets and babies and crafts just make my heart smile. So here's you guys a smile for the day. I hope y'all are doing good. I hope you're hanging in there and you just keep going wherever you're at in your journey. Don't give up on yourselves and the ones that you love. And I love this easy, inexpensive, trash to treasure Dollar Tree DIY. Grab some shoe boxes and cut the tops off. What we're going to do is we're going to create some super amazing little inexpensive faux presents for under our Christmas tree. I see these at Hobby Lobby on Pier 1, and they're super expensive for really what they are. So grab a shoe box, cut the top off, and then you can take a Dollar Tree automotive cloth and hot glue around the edge of the box. And this is just a shoebox size, so if that helps for the sizing on the automotive cloths. And then you're going to go ahead and glue and tuck your ends. So glue the top of the box here and go ahead and take the ends of the fabric and then give them a little hot glue and then a quick little tuck. Now I'm going to take ribbon and secure this even a little bit more with ribbon. So it is secured on here, but that ribbon really helps. And I'll show you guys that step in just a sec. So again, you're just going to glue and tuck And again, you guys, these are so fun to make. Grab some ribbon from Dollar Tree, or I got a bunch of this Hobby Lobby plaid value ribbon. I'm thinking this is going to be a really fun little rustic chic glam video for you guys. So I just cut the ribbon. That's going to get your ribbon to stretch a little bit further, and you're just going to wrap it around, cut, and glue, and bam, you have one of those cute little packages. I know you guys have seen them at Hobby Lobby and on Pier 1 Imports and some of your decor stores. Okay, I decided to make this rustic glam, so I'm taking some of this gold ribbon and just kind of wrapping it, layering it on top of the plaid. I want to do rustic glam, I think, this year for Christmas. I've really been kicking around, what am I going to do this year? So I'm thinking this might be the way that I might want to go. I have a lot of kind of French country and farmhouse kind of in my home. And so I don't want to like pull all of that out, but I do want to make it a little bit more glam, but kind of keep that country. So let me know what you guys think. Should I do country glam or rustic glam? Okay, the next thing I want to do is take my Easy Bow Maker, and these are on Amazon, you guys. They're so easy and fun to use, but I'm going to make a quick little bow. So I doubled up my ribbon. This is going to be a 5-inch bow. So you can go 5 inches, 4 inches, and 3 inches, and just use that little prong in the center to kind of hold your bow maker on. And Easy Bow Maker has tons of videos on YouTube if you guys want to see those. And you're just going to dovetail those ends, and then take your pipe cleaner and pipe cleaner that off in the center. This is such an easy bow. And I've already put out a couple of bow videos for you guys. Just go check out my I Love Christmas series and you'll find more of those. Okay, now give your bow a really, really good fluffing. That's really what you want to do. Always try to use wired ribbon as well. Now, from Totally Dazzled, and I will leave a link in the description box, but Natalie is my sweet friend and she has this cute little bling company. I'm going to add some bling to the center of this bow. Might as well. You could add jingle bells, pine cones, whatever suits your fancy. But again, I'm doing like that country glam. I want to say like Dolly Parton meets Garth Brooks. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And then I added a couple little pom-poms to the back of that bling jewel so it doesn't like wobble around. I made several of these. I'm going to share with you guys how to make the little buffalo check plaid one. I'm really crushing on that one as well. I think I might also bring in some red, some tartan plaid to some of this, but I did want to show you guys just this neutral idea because I have been doing a ton of red. So you guys can always change this up and customize this to suit your decor. Let me know what you guys think about. I hope you're loving it and are totally inspired.
Underneath the mistletoe, and I've gotten you a present that
Okay, I'm excited to share with you guys a super fun little cardboard trash to treasure ornament project. So grab a shoebox lid or any pizza box, anything that you guys have that's cardboard, and use a little plate and trace a round circle in it. And then the next thing you want to do is cut that circle out. And then I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree scrapbook paper. This is from my sweet friend Stacy, and I'm just going to trace around the scrapbook paper. I love this. I think you can make Cricut designs on this as well. I actually gave my Cricut to my son's girlfriend because I just couldn't get the hang of it, you guys. I mean, I tried and I've done some Cricut stuff, but it just wasn't something I was passionate with. It frustrated me a lot. Anyway, I'm going to cut out the little circle here, and we're going to make just like a round circle ornament. And this is going to be really cool. I can't wait to share this with you guys. Okay, so go ahead and put your adhesive paper on there. You guys could also Mod Podge a napkin on to your piece of cardboard, or you could even just use craft paper and some Elmer's glue. They have craft paper, super inexpensive. You could even use wrapping paper to make this ornament. Okay, now I'm taking some bling, and again, this is from Totally Dazzled bling, and I'm going to layer that on top of this little piece of scrap ribbon. This is just some black velvet ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I think it's really classy and chic. I've never really done any kind of black for Christmas, but again, I'm trying to do that kind of country glam or rustic glam. And I just think it looks really elegant and chic. So anyway, I'm going to add this to the top of my little ornament, and Dollar Tree carries this bling ribbon. It's the same kind of bling ribbon. It's a little bit better quality from Natalie. But anyway, I'm going to add some cute little Dollar Tree pine cones underneath this. And you guys, this is really coming together. And remember, these ideas are completely customizable to however you guys decide to decorate. You don't have to necessarily decorate like I'm decorating, but just take these ideas and make them your own. So if you love shabby chic pink Christmas, do it in Chappy Chic Pink. If you want candy cane, grab some candy cane paper. But these are a fun little way to make kind of a jumbo ornament on a total budget. And you can use so many scraps too. And you can see I'm robbing my evergreen over there. I'm going to pop that into the base of it just to kind of finish it out and make it all come together. And I can't wait to actually get out some of my ornaments and do some of these on my ornaments. So I'm going to add a cute little pom-pom to the center of that. That's going to kind of pull it all together. And look at how cute this is, you guys. And it's literally a shoebox lid. Just jazzed up. Grab into your craft scraps. I know you guys have scraps from crafting. I do. I always think I need to run out and buy like $200 worth of supplies to make something. I'm this year really trying to reuse what I already have. So check it out. I hope you guys are loving it and are totally inspired. For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make a super fun, little easy candy cane decor idea for Christmas. Now, I'm going to use one of those Dollar Tree scarves, and this is going to be kind of in a rustic glam style. So take the Dollar Tree scarf and just run some hot glue down the base of this. And this is super easy to do. So you guys can use Deco mesh on these, or really any ribbon, whatever you want to use to kind of cover that candy cane wreath form. And I could do this a lot fancier, but I wanted to share with you guys just an easy idea for how you guys can use those. So I'm going to start and then just gently start wrapping around the top part of the candy cane. And again, this is going to be kind of more like a rustic glam style. I usually try to do videos where everything kind of matches, so it gives you guys an idea on how to decorate in a theme idea. I've done a lot of candy cane theme this year, and then even in years past, I did several different Christmas trees and ideas in a lot of farmhouse style and even some beautiful shabby chic and glam. Okay, so this is the back of my candy cane. It looks a little rumpled, but we're going to take this pretty gold ribbon I found at Hobby Lobby and just wrap it around to make that kind of candy cane form. And Hobby Lobby has all of their Christmas 50% off right now, you guys. So jump on that, grab your ribbon, grab your supplies, and get to do some crafting. Now, this isn't probably going to look perfect, but we're going to have a giant bow that's going to cover any of our imperfections. And that's what I kind of love about what I do. I feel like you can, cover things up and make things fun with some big, fun, giant bows. So continue to wrap till you get to the end of your candy cane, and then you can just trim off your ribbon and just gently hot glue it around to the end. And that was the end of my roll. I barely actually made it to the end of the candy cane. I think luck was on my side on that one for today. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so I'm going to just give it a little dibble dabble of hot glue, and then bam, we're going to use the Easy Bow Maker. This is speeded up. Of course, it does take quite a bit longer to make a bow, but with the Easy Bow Maker, it's actually not too bad. This is 5 inches on the measurement side if you're using the measurement, and I've shared with you guys a ton of bow videos already where you don't have to use a tool, but this is like $25 on Amazon. It's a little bit pricey. I think you can get it cheaper at the craft stores. I ordered it during COVID though, when you weren't allowed to go to a craft store. So anyway, now I'm going to add the little bow to the base of my candy cane, and I'm feeling kind of yummy bling rustic glam here. And remember, you guys can do this candy cane red and white. I've done a ton of them red and white for you guys, but this we're kind of trying to do something a little bit different, a little bit neutral and fun, and a little bit rustic, a chic glam. I do think I might want to though pull some tartan or some red into this, but let me know what you guys think, and if you're inspired to make a fun little DIY candy cane for yourself. Happy crafting.
This holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself.
For this Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can jazz up one of those Dollar Tree kind of flimsy stockings and make it look a little bit more high-end and chic. So I found this cute little gnome one. And what I want to do is stuff it with some of that plastic, just paper or plastic bags from Walmart. And then I'm going to hot glue this cute little buffalo check plaid fabric to the top of it. Now the red and the little snowman-y fabric is cute, but I am doing kind of like a rustic or country glam style for this. So I thought this buffalo check plaid might go a little bit better with what I'm trying to go for here. And maybe like a little bit more neutral. I've done a ton of reds the last couple of years, so I'm thinking, I might pop in some neutral, but I will probably add some sort of color. So you just take and you add that pretty fabric around the top and then tuck it in and add in some little dabs of glue. And I think this is looking super cute and fun and fabulous so far. Listen, I'll tell you guys, I love doing these stuffed stockings. I think they come out really cute and they really make those cheap Dollar Tree stockings just look more bougie. And that's what we want. You guys could also use pillow stuffing instead of just a plastic bag. Okay, so now you're going to make a quick little easy bow. Just take that ribbon, loop it over on itself. I did get the bow on this one a little bit fluffy, but hey, I love big bows and I cannot lie. The next thing I wanted to do was tie it off in the center and give that bow a nice, good fluffing. And then you can have fun and get creative and add little doodly dads to the part of this. You could add some more ribbon. You could add just whatever fun things that you love. Have fun with it, get creative, and go for it.
Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment.
And here is how that super adorable snow gnome came out. I think he's absolutely the cutest thing ever. He's got a big old fat bow on his head. I guess he's a snow lady gnome. Anyway, I hope you guys are inspired to just take a fun little stocking, give it some love, jazz it up, and make it fabulous.
Just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till
Okay, let's create another super awesome Trash to Treasure DIY. I'm going to use this fabric and a shoebox, and we're going to create a really easy, neat, a little Christmas decor piece. Okay, so I love these fake presents. I think they're so fun to hide things underneath. So just take the shoebox and add some fabric. This is some buffalo check plaid fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm hot gluing the top part of the fabric. And then once you get to the end, you're going to hot glue the ends and then give it a little tuck under. These are great decor pieces and a super great way to repurpose and reuse this Amazon box or maybe some shoe boxes. But don't go out and spend money on boxes. You guys have got boxes laying around. I know you do. So anyway, cover a box with fabric or craft paper, or whatever you guys have on hand, wrapping paper, and then add some cute ribbon. This is just velvet ribbon from Hobby Lobby, but I'm thinking I'm going to do like a country glam. I'm thinking Dolly Parton kind of style, maybe. I don't know. You guys know I love my bling, but I also love that kind of chic French country look, farmhouse kind of. I don't know. So anyway, this is what I'm going for. I'm adding in bling to my buffalo check plaid and my black. Let me know what you guys think. I think I should either call it country glam or rustic glam. So let's go ahead and drop those comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, rustic glam or country glam. And remember, you guys can do your own variation on any of this. You know, use your colors that you love. I'm going to use this easy bow maker to make a quick little fluffy bow. I added in that black ribbon, and then I'm adding in some of this buffalo check plaid ribbon, and you just take the ribbon and go side to side and then dovetail those ends. You guys know I'm a stickler on that. Make pretty ribbon ends. Pull it off of there, tie it off in the middle with a pipe cleaner, and then you can hot glue it to your package, or you could pen it if you wanted to be able to remove the bow and store it for seasonal decor purposes. But then you want to give your bow a good fluffing and, of course, a beautiful glam jewel. Now, I get all my glam jewels from Natalie at Totally Dazzled. She's super fabulous. She's a small business owner, which I love to support her. I'm going to leave a link in the description box of my YouTube video here for Natalie at Totally Dazzled. If you're watching this on Facebook, just pop over to Natalie at totallydazzled.com and she will hook you guys up with the
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decorating adventure. It is a true blessing and honor to have you all here. It is me, you, and this camera. I am a one-woman show, and so I'm just thankful and honored to have everybody that follows along, that loves to craft and decorate on a budget as well. And I just want to encourage you all to remember you always can change up any of my crafting and decorating ideas by changing up the paint color or the ribbon color or the style to incorporate that into your home decor style, whether it be farmhouse, elegant, glam, modern farmhouse, a traditional, a little bit eclectic, which sometimes I love. So anyway, just any of those styles, you guys, definitely So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafty decorating adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. I have a one-woman show. It's me, you, and this camera. I'm a DIY crafty mama, and I just love to share with you guys my budget-friendly ideas with crafting and decorating and homemaking to hopefully help you guys be inspired to make your home a little bit more cozy and cute and doing this all on a budget, which I love. So I just want to encourage you guys, wherever you're at, also in your life journey, keep going, keep up the good work. I know in the last couple of years we've all been through something, including myself. Some of them small, some of them really life-changing. But remember that every day that you wake up, you have been given another gift of God's grace and another gift for you to go out into this world and smile and make it a little bit better of a place. And listen, I also want to encourage y'all to be kind online. We've moved into such a digital age, and it's so easy to get frustrated or, you know, to be upset by something you read or see. And just remember, you know, you don't have to put negativity out there. If you see something you don't care for, keep scrolling. But if you see somebody's cute pictures of their kiddos or grandkids, or something that somebody shared with their business, or just really anything that's positive, give that person a like, a heart, a comment. You never know how you're going to influence somebody's day. You never know their private struggles that they might be going through, and everybody has something, trust me. So really be kind online, share that joy and positivity, and I guarantee you that that joy and positivity will come back to you. Even if it's just a smile at the grocery store for a stranger or a friend or whatnot. So that's just my little nugget for you guys. I hope you all are having a gorgeous, blessed holiday as far as getting ready for Christmas, and that you have joy and God inside of your hearts, and that you're sharing that joy and God as well. So anyway, I love y'all. I'm thankful to have you all here. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember, subscribing is totally free. It just is going to update you every single time I post a new video. You can also pop over to my Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook page or my Instagram or TikTok and find more DIY crafty videos over there. I love y'all. I'm hugging all of your hearts so tight. Let's light up this comment section with positivity. If you want to drop a cute recipe that you love, or you know, maybe just a nice comment or a prayer request, drop that in the comment section down below. I have the most wonderful community here. I'm telling you, guys are amazing. I love going into my comment section and reading all of your beautiful comments. Your kind words are truly appreciated, and I do see them. So thank you, guys. I love you. I'm wishing you a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed day. And until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves and be kind to one another. Talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.